It's been 10 long years since Dragon Age Inquisition, and the expectations for the next game in the series, Dragon Age the Veilguard, seem impossible. A full decade, a bevy of behind-the-scenes changes, and an interesting start to its marketing campaign made me a little worried for my most highly anticipated game of the year.
I admire you.
Shut the fuck up. The expectations are impossible.
While Dragon Age is known for changing its style with each installment, I hoped dearly that it wouldn't lose.
No. Each installment did more than its predecessor because simply back then, with Origins, the technology wasn't there. Dragon Age 2, people didn't really care about Dragon Age 2, and, they didn't have the budget for it, and still they managed to deliver, and it still delivered an RPG. And Inquisition, it just improved on both of those games, like quality-wise, gameplay-wise, graphics-wise. This is just lying. This is not improving on anything. This is like completely changing the genre of the game. So shut the fuck up. Also, let's be very fucking real. What is this, IGN? Yes. They obviously have a partnership because why else would BioWare be willing to post over and over and over and over again like videos on IGN about their fucking game? Like, obviously they trust them and they know they're not gonna say anything bad about their game.
And there we go. Easy. Wow. Isn't that
Oh, wow.
Consider it something of a mix of Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition. The more streamlined approach of the former with
The worst. Consider a mix of Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition the worst Dragon Ages. Why not stick to the best one? Like, I'm sorry. I understand that people love Inquisition and whatever. People love the companions in Dragon Age 2. Like, there's something in both of these games that you can like and enjoy and love. But I think everyone with at least two working brain cells that, still like synapse with each other, we can all agree that lore-wise and story and quality and narratively wise, Origins just runs loops around Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition. And the fact that it's so forgotten, so just dismissed in every fucking aspect of it, really pisses me the fuck off. One of the worst parts in this is that they confirmed that the intro of the game is what they showed in that first horrible cinematic. Just some random dude very picks up at a bar fight. Yeah, I could have told you fucking that. Like, Rook is the least interesting protagonist out of all of them. They brought back the whole Origins, or they tried to make us believe that they brought back the Origins for Dragon Age. Reality is no. They brought Origins back in the way Inquisition did it. In Inquisition, it was basically like your race and if you were like a mage or not. Fucking Dragon Age Origins was like an entire fucking section of the game just personalized for your race and whatever you chose to be. So they're fucking liars, like, oh, we brought back Origins. No, you fucking didn't. They're gonna matter maybe in very few conversations. And specifically because not even your origins are special. Do you know what I mean? Every single companion that you have is from a faction that you can be part of as Rook. So it's probably gonna like open some specific dialogue options with Neve or with Belar or whatever if you're from the same faction as they are. It doesn't make you special. Like, you're not special. You're no one. And you just happen to be there at the right moment. And I love that we get like, the Darkspawn Horde, like you get in Minecraft, like when you get a raid in a village. Love that. And I love that this is part of the Gloom Howler mission for Davern, so we know that we're gonna be doing this fight.
These 10 long years just might have been worth the wait.
Shut the fuck up. I don't know who you are, but shut the fuck up. Oh, thank you for
After a
showing me
surprisingly
this.
gone are the days of Dragon Age Origins' more CRPG-inspired tactical system.
Who asked you, though? Gone are the days of when RPGs play like RPGs. Gone are the days where gameplay used to be good. And I'm supposed to what? To fucking Clap.
While this absolutely does take some getting used to, and it'll be a gradual process to create what could be a highly customized build while learning all your companions.
No, it cannot be highly customizable if you can only use 3 spells at the fucking time, okay? So shut your fucking whore mouth. And stop reading from a script that someone in BioWare paid you to write. Shut the fuck up. The game was supposed to be a live service online thing, which got repurposed. Yeah, so it gets worse and worse and worse.
For one, the mage healing ability was essential. For one particularly difficult remnant, I basically established a pattern where I was only using Balara's mana to heal me, dodging and playing it safe when it got too risky. Nev's ability to slow time was also one I kept returning to, offering a bit more control on the battlefield when the situation got a little too fast-paced.
Good for you? I don't understand what they're trying to welcome to video games. Like, this is nothing out of the fucking ordinary. Like, I feel like I'm being gaslit, into thinking they're this is amazing what they're doing with what they have achieved with this game. Well, this is just very generic gameplay. Very normal and it's just basic gameplay. I don't understand what the reaction here is supposed to be. Yeah, it plays like a fucking MMO. It was supposed to be a live service online, which, people again ask for, which is why the fact that they have the fucking audacity, the goal to say, oh, but we listen to our audience, baffles me. Because who asked? I wish I could, gather all the fucking community, the Dragon Age community, and make a poll. Who the fuck asked? Have you ever played Inquisition online? Once, and I was so bored that I never touched it again.
And for you glass cannon builds out there, you'll want to have a warrior around to taunt your enemies out of...
Do you know what I want to have? What's your fucking name? I'm just gonna call you a cunt if you don't tell me your name. Yes, I've played, believe it or not, I've played RPGs before. I know that if you play as a fucking mage, you need a tank. Guess what? That's always been the... I just feel like I'm being treated like I am... I just feel like with every fucking video that they put out, they just undermine their audience intelligence more and more and more.
Like a whole lot in the Veilguard, combat revolves around your companions.
No, it fucking doesn't. You cannot sit there and tell me that the combat revolves around your companions when you cannot even manage them all that fucking well. They say things, they yap, they open and close their mouths and make sounds, but nothing of what they're saying has any consistency. It doesn't have any meat to it. It's just air. They're just farting out of their mouth. It's just...
Oh, and you'll want to listen to your companions in combat too, as they'll occasionally drop some useful hints.
They think I drool when I speak.
But combat aside, your dialogue choices, your rook's background...
Yeah, so many fucking dialogue choices. For until now, until this very moment in time, I have never seen a dialogue wheel in this game, in all the glimpses we've gotten so far, that has more than 3 options in it.
Are immediately...
What's with their fucking mouth?
The dialogue wheel is back, of course, as is the approval-disapproval system.
We haven't got a lot of time.
It's always been the fucking case. Don't fucking talk to me about it's back. Like they're fucking making... They're not doing me a favor by bringing it back. You just brought back the most bare bones. And it's never been this bare bones. Not even in conception that it was in Dragon Age 2. Yes, you could do the angry option, the funny one, and the good one. But aside from those 3, there were more branches where you could ask information about the person. You could ask your companions to chime in on the conversation and stuff like that. That there was more shit to it. Not just angry, good, Shut the fuck up.
But I was surprised to see that the Veilguard actually explains the consequences of some of your dialogue choices in very clear terms.
See, you say that.
It's a variation of the so-and-so will remember that system, but more specific.
Oh, you guys are not seeing it. It says, Varric has noted that you like action more than words. Yeah, because it's gonna be... Yeah. I bet that's gonna have such a heavy repercussion on this story that, you know, it's gonna be wild. How many endings do you think Dragon Age Veilguard is gonna have? How many endings does Baldur's Gate 3 have right now? It doesn't have 17,000 complete unique endings, but there are at least 17,000 variations on the endings it has. How many endings do you think Veilguard is gonna have? Because I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be one. There's no real repercussions in the way there were repercussions in Origins. The whole, you know, your actions have consequences kind of disappeared in Dragon Age 2. Since Dragon Age 2 had one ending. Sure, you could side with the mages or side with the Tempers. You could kill Anders or you could let him live. Those choices really have no fucking change in what happened in Inquisition. And the same with Inquisition. They have a story that they need to tell. Someone wrote like a fucking story and they are so like the people that made the story good, that people that, you know, started at Origins and made the story compelling, and, you know, Origins had multiple endings depending on what you did. Those people are gone, but they left behind the bare bones and the structure of what could be an impossibly fucking great game in world. But they fucked themselves right up in the ass by trying to, like, you know, stick to the outlines that were provided to them. They have to stick to them beat by beat. There's no room for, like, what would happen if, you know, if you side with the bad guys, or if you're not a good person. Like, what if you're a bad person? What if you want to be the villain? You can't. There's no room for growth because you're stuck in a box, and they are, as developers, stuck in a box. They don't know how to do anything outside that box that it's been given to them. So I don't care that you're telling me, oh, Varric will remember this. And what is he gonna do about it? Nothing. I'm telling you right now, nothing is gonna be done about it. This story is not gonna change one bit because Varric remembers that I like action more than words.
But we do have Nev's location now, so...
Take, for example...
The animations are great, you know what I mean? The facial animations. I feel like their entire budget went to... Because they knew the new bitches were gonna, like... Be like, oh my god, their hair is so cool. So they just, put their entire fucking budget in making each strand of hair. This super hyper realistic hair combined with the Play-Doh looking faces and textures of the characters. You know, when you combine two completely different, like, styles into the same video game and call it a fucking day. And yeah, I love that the way that they really put a lot of effort into animating the faces, which it's sarcasm if you couldn't fucking understand.
I chose a more sarcastic, humorous approach with him, and at the end of our confrontation, text on the side of the screen informed me that I have traded verbal jabs with Solus.
Am I? Again, I need you to answer this for me. Maybe I am. So you, as an individual person, as a person with, you know, capable of thought and able to, like, being self-aware, you have three options and you're like, I guess I'll choose the ironic one. I've played other games, and I think even if you haven't played other games, like, you know, you choose it and it has like a laughing, basically like a laughing emoji next to it. It's like, oh, that's the funny option. I'm gonna go for that one. And the game tells you you have exchange, like, I have to get out of the way because this is actually, they're telling you this. Look at this. You have exchanged verbal jabs with Solus. I was there when it happened. I was there when the jabs were being exchanged. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, they're trying to make you believe that there's actual consequences for your actions and that the game isn't linear when it 100% it's linear. It has one ending. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you romance. It doesn't matter nothing at all. It has one ending and one ending only. Period. So only Elgornan and Gillanane are out. How many Evanuris are there? They probably like said, oh, they killed all of them. 5 gods and 4 goddesses. And there's only 2 of them. So they're probably gonna say, oh, you know, they killed them. We ate them and absorbed their powers.
Speaking of consequences, it quickly became clear to me.
Yeah, look at that. So many fucking options. And it like lets me know so much about what I'm about to say. I love that. I love when it's like so fucking vague. Like he needs to learn and then it's like 3 fucking paragraphs of dialogue. Like it makes me feel like I'm really in charge of my own character. 4 fucking options. Not even Inquisition, not even Dragon Age 2 had these few options.
That there would consistently be tons of choices in the Veilguard that'll have lasting results.
Name me one. One. Someone write this down. I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna play it from beginning to end. I'm gonna play it. I want you guys to call me out when any of my fucking options that I'm gonna have so many of actually have any fucking consequence on the game.
But I got the sense that even more of these kinds of choices might be peppered throughout than the usual BioWare game.
You big bitch. I'm gonna shove my fist so up your fucking ass, you're gonna kiss my knuckles. What do you mean there's more options here than in any other BioWare game? Those are some big words for Elmo. Big words that you don't know what they fucking mean.
Right at the beginning, for instance, I made a choice that led to Harding getting injured, and she was still bruised up.
But she didn't fucking die, did she? Did she die? It's a visual. Did she lose any limbs? You know what it would have been an option, actually, if she had died? Like, I don't care about this, like, half-assed, lukewarm, like, oh, she got a little bruise. Oh my god. Give me actual choices. Make me actually sweat when I have to make a choice. Like, oh, if I do this, this company might die, or this company might be out recovering for a while, or they might hate me. They might leave my party. It's always half-assed, lukewarm, like, I mean, if you hadn't done this, the same thing would have happened, except Fiona over here wouldn't be bruised. That's it. That's the entire consequence. They're not really consequences, are they, though? If they don't drastically change the course of the story.
I felt like a real jerk about it, and that was probably the point. Dragon Age the Veilguard seemed
I'm gonna choose the whatever she did to make that bitch be bruised. I'm gonna choose it.
Shall we? Let's do this.
The fucking millennial. Shall we? Let's do this. I have a bad feeling about this. Did that just happen? Was that an archdemon? Shit. Now there's 2. I bet I could write this fucking script blindfolded and drunk.
Called Alluvians. You now use the Alluvians for that same purpose, and to unlock new regions, you have to fight through certain areas of the cross.
I love that we have seen this enemy already twice.
Up a vast network of areas.
We already fought that enemy in Davrin's Quest, that boss or whatever, and now this is a boss from like mini boss in this area. Same fucking design. They didn't even bother changing the colors or anything. It's the same fucking design. It's the same asset.
So much to explore that I kept getting sidetracked. A merchant with unique items here, a new quest to pick up over there, and a random combat encounter over there.
So, like any other fucking game, they're trying to, you know, redeem themselves, and they're just like digging their grave deeper and deeper and deeper into the earth.
That's just when I wasn't looking around for a cat or dog to pet. Because yes, you can pet the cats and dogs.
I blame this solely on that fucking one Twitter account that is like, can you pet the dog or whatever the fuck it's called. Fuck you.
If you're feeling overwhelmed, the difficulty and accessibility options do allow for about just as much or as little hand-holding as you need. For example, with one Antivan Crow's quest I was doing, I could turn the navigation on and simply follow the game's guidance, or turn it off and look for clues in the environment to follow. In this case, the crow's purple symbol painted on certain walls.
Another mark this way.
I also just happened to be playing an
You were telling me that Antivan Crows, which is one of the most secretive organizations in Thedas, just paint their symbol this fucking big in purple, neon purple, because of course it's fucking neon purple, right? Of course it's neon purple, just on walls.
in the Veilguard that boiled down to, okay, we heard the complaints about Inquisition, specifically addressing the infamous Hinterlands problem, which is a reference to the first open world area players visit in Inquisition. The zone was packed with more than 50 side quests, many of which boiled down to mere fetch quests, and it left many players drowning in a bevy of checklists that felt inconsequential to the story. The Veilguard
I love that they're claiming to have fixed problems while so you like this is what you're doing. You just like, you know, fix a hole on a sweater and then just unravel it completely. That's what they do. It's like, oh yeah, let me and then just fucking tear the sweater apart. That's what you're doing. It's like you're not fixing anything by adding more shit that no one asked for on top of it. You know what I mean? I would rather spend 200 hours in the Hinterlands than play this game for an hour. Oh, we listened to you and we fixed the problem of Inquisition, but then we didn't take anything that made Inquisition good and apply it to our game. We didn't take anything that made Dragon Age 2 good and applied it to our game, and we certainly didn't even look at Dragon Age Origins. We didn't even acknowledge that Origins exists and put it in the game.
Another clear reaction to criticism.
Who is that? Who is that? Wow, Morrigan. How the fucking mighty have fallen, my girl. How the fucking mighty have fallen. Every time they touch your character, my girl, they ruin you more and more and more. Wowza.
The two elven gods feel much more present throughout the events of the early game than Corypheus, the frankly lackluster baddie of Inquisition.
Bitch. Yeah, give your money to Alcad. Give your money to Larian. Give your money to anyone but Bioware. They look like cosplayers. This looks like an anime convention. I hate them. I don't like a single one of them. A single one of them. How tall is he? 4 feet?
I found that Emmerich's skeletal assistant Manfred enjoyed
The fact that the fucking skeleton is voiced by Matt Mercer makes me really upset.
spending time on the balcony, and we even got a few games of rock, paper, scissors in.
I'm gonna rewind just in case you didn't hear what I just heard.
Manfred enjoys spending time on the balcony, and we even got a few games of rock, paper, scissors in. Bringing in new players while honoring the now incredibly vast
Don't use the word honor around these parts, you big bitch. There's no honoring happening here. Defacing, disrespecting, shitting on, those you can use.
Plus, the scrappiness of Rook reminded me a bit of playing as Hawk in Dragon Age 2, rather than the more
Hawk had a story. Hawk had family. Hawk had ties even before they were born with the Blight in Corypheus. Hawk had a reputation, a family to protect. What does Rook have? Absolutely fucking nothing. You're just a copy of another character that already exists in the game. You're no one important. You don't have a unique background. If you're a crow, there's already a crow in your party. If you're a veil jumper, there's already a veil jumper in your party. If you're from the Untamed, there's already... It's already been done in this game. You're not special. You're literally the chosen one. You were chosen by Varric. The chosen one.
And much more hopeful that this could be the hit BioWare needs.
BioWare needs to die. BioWare needs to go into the horizon and never look back. BioWare needs to like go into forever sleep, into Theneta, okay? They need to go away gracefully, but instead of doing that, they want to go down with the reputation the lowest they can get it.
Ma vista tanto per benino, si apre a guida per la città.